Good evening, sir.
Good evening, all
Good
of you.
evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay. So yesterday we were discussing about robots.txt, correct? Everybody, robots.txt. So any questions with regard to robots.txt? No questions. Okay. So what is robots.txt? Anybody here? Robots.txt is simply a list of commands or instructions for bots, which pages to be not to be crawled on the website. So the bot whichever visits your website, the first thing that they go to robots.txt file and try to figure out if there are any instructions for the bots. Okay. So for example, you entering into a zoo, you will read the instructions, right? Or maybe you using any new device, you will read the manual, right? The instructions. What will you do if a new syrup, baby syrup is given to you, or I mean, like you have to use some medicine for somebody in the family? You usually refer to the instructions document, right? Correct? And when you're visiting the new place, also you read the hoardings instructions, right? So what will you do? The first thing, you have the bottle, medicine bottle, and there's lot many other stuff along with it. But you will, the first thing that you do is you pick up the prescription if you have the prescription at least, correct? How many times, how many ml, correct? That's the instruction thing. You will be least bothered that moment about rest of the things. The first thing that you do is when medicine is in your hand, a prescription, correct? So same way here, when Googlebot visits your website, the first thing that it does is goes to the robots.txt file. So whatever is being put on the robots.txt file, it considers, it obeys those instructions, and it starts avoiding crawling certain kinds of pages on the website. If there is no robots.txt file put on the website, by default, bot is now free to crawl anything that it comes across pertaining to your website. Clear? And we understood how to write the commands or instructions for bots in one of our class, correct? Any questions with regard to that? You might have to see, that's not difficult. See, understanding what is this robots.txt, having clarity about it is important. Writing those commands or instructions are quite easy. When you start working on it, yeah, this is what we discussed.
Is that mandatory that we have to give a command for backlink to do any kind of increase the marketing?
No. So back here, robots.txt is mainly helping bot to understand what not. So we are restricting certain kinds of pages to be not to be crawled by bot, because if by any chance bot finds them, bot is going to invest its energy on all of those pages. So it is something like this. At our office, let's say we have only 50 GB left at the end of the month, right? And now people will start watching videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. So what will we do? On the last day, we will restrict visiting those websites. Correct? Why a restriction has to be applied? Because we are running short of bandwidth. So if it was unlimited, now what happens if we run short of bandwidth? Either we have to increase the bandwidth, correct? And just for that half day, we cannot again invest several thousands, correct? And even you want to do, that's not possible, because it automatically switches to a low speed internet, correct? Same way now, when bot's energy is wasted, bot won't be able to invest its energy on the valid web pages on your website. Correct? So our parents want us to make friendship with good people. Correct? They are not telling not to make friendship or not to invest that energy outside anywhere. They are telling instead of investing that energy with bad people, invest this energy with good people. Correct? Right? So same is the case here. We don't want bots to be wasting on something that's irrelevant, that's of no use, right? On your website, such dynamic pages will get generated in tons when your website is a dynamic website. If it's a static single page website, you may not see many such pages. But if it is a dynamic website, you will see few hundreds of URLs getting originated, URLs containing question mark, equal to, underscores, right? Dot PHP, various kinds of URLs can be seen by bot while it is exploring your website. Hence, I am instructing bot, please allow : user agent Google bot. I am instructing only to Google or bot and not to any other bot. allow colon slash indicates crawl everything on this website, but bear this in mind, do not crawl any URL that contains question mark in it. And now we have added for our reference for somebody to know when they visit, hash will not work. Hash will, it's a comment. Anything after this hash will not be read by the bot or the algorithms, the browsers. It is just for our reference. We are writing a note over there. Question mark restricts crawling of URL. Right? If you are writing star question mark, your boss will ask why. What does this dot disallow colon slash stars question mark does it? Now for their reference, you are adding restricts crawling of URL containing question mark. Correct? And now you will have URLs containing equal to as well. See, for your websites, I think Madhu asked this question, right? So for your websites, you don't have to define robots.txt until unless you find these kinds of URLs crawled by bots. So mostly for your kind of websites, you will not find such URLs. First of all, bot is hesitant to visit your website. You haven't created a pleasant environment. Yeah, you haven't created.
Will not make a tattoo, I believe.
No, not like that. See, you haven't created a pleasant environment for bot to visit. When will bot visit your website? If you are speaking, see now if you are preparing some nice food in a home, okay, that may be a wrong example. I'll take a different one. See, if you are looking for people to come to your tattoo studio offline, you have to promote it, correct?
Yeah.
Correct? Or you have to maintain a very good ambience.
Yeah, understood. Now, we are not like a e-commerce website going and checking out in our website what all content is there, what the description and everything.
No, it's not like that. Though you are not an e-commerce website, still you have an opportunity to invite bot. You can speak every day on new topic and bot loves it. Google is always in search of some content or information. And now if you are writing, bot will visit it. Correct? Now let's say I will say that I'll be visiting all of your homes, but the condition is whomsoever house has XYZ product or XYZ service or XYZ something else. So let's say I am ready to go to any cinema theatre, movie theatre in Bangalore. But my condition is, so whichever theatre has AC or Dolby Atmos, what is that? Music system, I'll visit only those theatres, right? So bots, see, otherwise you would have visited all the theatres. Now some theatre will come and tell, why did not ask you, why haven't you not visited? Not visited because the criteria is not met, correct? Same way bots criteria is, bot will be actually, there is no partiality from bots. Bot is in search of some term on the internet, and if the term is used on your website, bot will visit your website as well, correct? And now you should be covering all those terms related to your business. So when you have to speak something, you speak something related to your business. Advantages of tattoo maybe, right? What kind of ink is best for tattoo? Top 10 tattoo studios in Bangalore, correct? So what is the cost of a tattoo? You can speak various kinds of topics related to tattoo or designing or maybe about the fantasies or whatsoever it is. Correct? Or your target audience. Your target audience, you know who are your target audience. See, my target audience, let's assume business owners. I might start speaking about how to grow the business. And in this article, I'll explain everything, and I must have highlighted or had given more emphasis to learning digital marketing. So that's how I get the business, as well as because of this article, now bots also will visit your website often. Clear? Understood, everyone? Yeah. So now when bot is visiting, you are expecting that bot to read your home page, your tattoo page, your ear piercing or nose piercing whatsoever. But instead of that, that is spending all of its energy on some random URL like this. It will never rank. Correct? It will never rank your tattoo page or your ear piercing page. Right? Okay. So I'm hoping that you all got good clarity on robots.txt. Next is canonical tags. Heard of these things? Any digital marketers here? Canonical tags?
We know only meta tags.
Okay, so in the head section, you can add various kinds of instructions for bots and browsers, right? So one such instruction is canonical tag. A canonical tag is an HTML tag that goes in the head section of the HTML page in order to instruct the bots about the original page in case a URL is dynamic page or child page or a pagination page in order to avoid a duplication. Okay. So have you heard of second copy? What is that means?
Basically, brands they give a second copy
Correct.
in handbags, in laptops.
Correct.
everything you get. Mostly popular is in handbags.
Handbags, second copy.
Second copy. First
But
copy.
you will never
they,
get
They'll
to
say first copy,
first
not
copy.
second
Second
copy.
copy.
They'll say
First.
first copy.
But you will never get to know that's not a original brand.
Original.
But
Because
you will,
everything packaged, everything
same.
will be same.
So it looks like a original brand, right? Correct. But now, if you're doing the same thing on your website, that would create a problem.
How can you do that for sales?
I'll tell you. Okay. So what happens is on the website sometimes, your web pages might contain same title and description. So in that case, the pages are considered to be as duplicates. Cannibalization. Do you all remember? Two different pages on the website optimized for same set of keywords is considered as cannibalization, and none of the page will rank. Correct?
Didn't understand.
You all understand what is cannibalization? You are absent, man. You did not come for a week and you are selling now. But we all discussed cannibalization, right?
Yeah, duplication is cannibalization, I think.
Yes. Okay, anyways, I'll show it to
One
you.
page.
Let me show it to you. You are telling something. You are absent actually on that day.
Yes, sir. I said that I don't know.
Okay. You said no, we didn't discuss. Okay. So now look at this page. Yeah. So you see here the title bed linen, buy bed linens online at best price in India, flipkart.com, right? Now this URL will change when I go to 2. See now it's changing to something here, correct? It's considered to be as a different URL, but title remains same, correct? Now ideally speaking, if there are 100 pages, this URL changes 100 times and bot reads to be as 100 different URLs. Even the slightest difference or change in the URL is considered to be as a new URL, different URL, right? For you, you might feel, okay, what is the difference? There is 1 in the first URL, 2 in the second URL, everything remains same. No. Even the slightest difference is a new URL for bot. And both the URLs has same titles and description. Correct? And if you have 100 pages, all the 100 pages will have same titles and descriptions. Now in this scenario, you have to block 99 pages and retain only 1 page, correct? You have to hide this 99 pages for bots. Otherwise, bots will read all these 99 pages as well, correct? How do we hide is, we put rel equal to no follow to this. Like I have shown you, right? Rel equal to no follow. You can put rel equal to no follow within your website also, and bot may not visit these pages. And if you don't want these pages to be indexing on Google, there is something called as no index, no follow. You can implement a tag called no index, no follow, something like this in the head section. Rel equal to no index, no follow is instruction to bot not to index on Google. If it is indexing, it will show multiple pages for the same keyword, correct? So we will block indexing for bot. And even before that, we will block crawling itself. First instruction is do not index on Google. But bot might still visit those pages and read those pages. It may not index, but still it is investing its energy on those pages. Hence we will put rel equal to no follow. Correct? Ideally this should have been the ideal implementation. Correct? But now the problem is, here if you look at this, every page has got different set of products. Our main goal is bot has to crawl all of these pages or links. Are you all following this? So the product on the second page is never accessible for bot when you add rel equal to no follow to this. Bot is not at all visiting second page. Now for third page I am adding rel equal to no follow, and bot will never visit to third page and never sees any of the products put on the third page. Right? Bot can rank all of these products on Google only if these products are seen by bots. But now what is happening with our implementation? Rel equal to follow, rel equal to no index, no follow. In the anchor tag, this is anchor tag. In the hyperlink we are adding rel equal to ahref equal to pointing to third page, right? We are adding rel equal to no follow. So bot will never go to third page, correct? Even if it is going to the third page, we are telling not to index this page on Google, correct? So that's the wrong implementation. So now in this scenario, I want bot to be coming to page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Are all of you getting it? Why it has to come? Because it has to see all these products listed. it has to see all these products listed on this page, right? Rising Sun 250 has to be seen by bot. That's when it starts ranking on the Google, right? So in those scenarios, the ideal implementation is now adding canonical tag and not the no index, no follow, or not rel equal to no follow in the anchor tag. So that's how the canonical tag came into the picture. In canonical tag, what we will tell is, we will tell I am the copy of original page. When it's something like this. So the criminals will raise their hand and surrender to the legal system, police, right? It is something like this. The page is telling I am the copy or duplicate of parent page, original page, right? So don't index me on the Google and create competition for the parent page. But you can go through my page or content put on my page, read all of that. If there are any links, consider crawling those links as well. Correct? In those scenarios, we'll implement canonical tag, and the canonical tag will be always implemented in such a way. The canonical tag will be, now if you have pages like this, let's say the original page is .com/Manjunath. There is another page called Manjunath Chowdhury. So now what I will do is, in the head section of the page 2, I'll be adding rel equal to, link rel equal to canonical href and point it to the page 1. And this tag always goes in the URL 1 or page 1. This one line will be always put on page 2. Sorry, this one line will be always put on
For
page
every
2
page you have to give that tag.
if there is a duplicate.
If there is a duplicate.
Yes.
Like if it
So-
has 100 pages, so for 100 pages it
Yes.
has to be.
Yes. But not this tag. For that, if that is pagination, what I have shown it to you is a pagination. 1, 2, 3 is called as pagination. Pagination. So if there are only 2 pages. There are no page 1, page 2. It's not deriving out of pagination. Simply by mistakenly, a page is getting created. Manjunath was already created by somebody else, and today of my team again will create Manjunath Chowdhury. For some reason, there is something different, or for some purpose. See, ideally this canonical tag will never come into picture. Even this is how it was working earlier. People used to put canonical tag, but in course of time, what happens is, like I was telling, dynamically pages would get created with question mark equal to into, correct? And these will be blocked on robots.txt, correct? These will be blocked on robots.txt, right? Now, even before blocking them on the robots.txt, there is one more implementation called self-canonical. One more implementation is self-canonical. So what we will do in self-canonical is, on every page we will add link pointing to the same page. Now my original page is this. So what will I do is, I will add something like this on the same page. I am adding this link on the same page. Maybe okay. So let's take this page, or maybe some URL. Okay, digital marketing agency. This is the original page. On this page, I will add a tag. Here in the head section, I will add link rel equal to this URL only again. I'll add something like this. I'll show it to you. So brackets.
Since you showed Flipkart, I have one question, sir.
Yes, ma'am. We'll discuss.
This is a little out of context, right?
Yeah. How do we write the canonical tag? This is how rel equal to canonical href equal to rel equal to canonical href equal to this URL, correct? And it just closes.
So the equal to, we also say that can not read. Only the slash you allow and disallow is that equal to. Before that you said no, only whichever is a slash you allow it to read.
No. The first command, allow :/ indicates crawl everything on the website. Don't leave a single piece of content, crawl everything on the website. Apart from the one, I am going to block now. Disallow what will start.
Question mark and
we will start blocking them.
But now for href also they are putting that equal to. That's
That if it is in the URL, this is in the code.
okay.
That is in the URL and this is in the code. Got it? So now I am going to add this link rel equal to canonical to the same page, to this page only here. See, if the same page pointing to the same page is called a self-canonical. Why are we doing this is we are scared that on this dynamic system by mistakenly a URL like this might get created. Now this URL question mark is treated to be as a new URL. See, question mark is there. That is also opening. Is treated as a new URL by bots. But there is no canonical tag added. Now in this scenario, if canonical tag self-canonical was added in this URL, automatically the self-canonical tag also will go on to the new URL that is getting created like this, correct? New URL is getting created, question mark equal to 123 by mistake on the dynamic system. Now in this scenario also, a self-canonical tag what we have updated would have stayed. It is something like this. I am placing this link on page 1. Now since page 2 is getting duplicated from page 1, page 2 will hold this URL. And automatically it is always pointing to page 1 only, correct?
And just to put practically.
I'll tell you. We are doing practically only. I'm showing it to you. I'm not just telling it like that. I'll tell you. So what I'm doing is, have you all heard of story Makki Ka Makki? Okay. So now I know.
No story.
Yeah, you heard of it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah or no?
Okay, leave it. I'll tell you. Okay. So now there are 10 people in this room. Okay. And I am writing some test. Okay. And now I know I am very jealous of anybody copying me or not. I don't like people copying me my test paper. Right? So what will I do is now intentionally I will write something wrong. So now what happens? Anybody copying me also will do that mistake. Correct? Same strategy here.
So I'll tell the story. Actually, Makki Ka Makki means the person will be writing an exam just opposite to me. I'll be copying from him. So suddenly that Makki will come. You'll slap on that sheet. The same thing I'll also catch Makki and slap on the sheet on the same page. Same place.
Okay.
That's called Makki Ka Makki.
So that's not actually like that. Maybe your story, my story. I'll tell you my version. So so now I'll tell you what is that story. I'll tell you actually. So one of the student was absent in the class. Okay. So now teacher will question the student, why were you absent, and she scolds and says that you go. So he must have written everything by mistakenly. He may not have been absent, but must have written everything wrongly, right? So now this teacher refers to the student and says, okay, so now you do one thing, take your friend's book. He's topper in the class. You just follow what he has done. Okay, take his book today, go home and get everything done exactly the same. Otherwise, I'll slap you. Now, this brilliant student, a previous day, while he was doing that homework, before closing the book by mistakenly, there will be a Makki sitting on the book and he will close it in one of the page.
Monkey's
Fly. Yeah. Now this student, second student, to whom teacher has instructed, go take your friend's book or this topper's book and get done everything exactly what he has done. Now this fellow, while he is writing, copying his friend's book, he notices Makki slapped, smashed on page. And this fellow now will go in search of that Makki. Right? He kills one Makki and he puts it in the book and he closes it and goes and gives it to the madam. See now, Makki Ka Makki is, they are not even realizing what it is, how it is, and they are just simply copying it. Right? Exactly the same happens on our website as well. See, sometimes when a duplicate dynamic page is getting created, a dynamic web page will create everything pertaining to the parents. Right? Now, just to safeguard our property or rights or originality, what we do is on this page, we will put a command or instruction like this. Are you all getting this? Right? Now, this also will be copied on this page, something like this which got generated. Correct? Now, our goal is, this should, if this is getting created, this is holding a canonical tag pointing to the parent page. Correct? This is child page. Question mark 1 to 3 is a child page. Correct? Now child page is holding a canonical tag pointing to the parent page. Clear? Now this is called as, see, now if you are finding this 1, 2, 3 page and implementing a canonical tag, it is called as simply canonical tag. But now as a precautious implementation, what we are doing is we are by default implementing a tag pointing to its own page, which is self-canonical. There is no harm to the parent page ever. But if by any chance a child page is getting created out of parent, the child page will be by default holding canonical tag pointing to the parent page, and this implementation is called as self-canonical, right? So if you are finding the issue, now let's assume without your notice 10,000 URLs will get created on the system. There is no worry, right? Automatically all these 10,000 URLs are holding this tag, correct? If you are writing a wrong answer and all 1,000 people have copied you, all 1,000 will be wrong, and now you will erase it and you will write the right answer and you are the only one, correct? Doing it correctly, correct? Everybody? So that is self-canonical tag, right? And everybody will implement this tag mostly as a default thing, right? So normal canonical tag, it's becomes self-canonical tag when it is put on every page, and normal canonical tag is when you identify the issue and implement it explicitly. You will identify some page which will have ABC up after at the end of this, maybe slash ABC or hyphen ABC, something like this. You are identifying and you are adding canonical tag on the child pages. It's simply called as canonical. If you are implementing it on all the pages, it's called as self-canonical. And now there is something called as pagination canonical, right? So pagination canonical is implemented. So basically the canonical tags will be wrapping this. The pagination canonical tag is implemented for the web pages which has got pagination. This is called as pagination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's called as pagination. Now bot reads all of them as different pages, correct? Meanwhile, we don't want to block these pages. We want to let bot to go there, correct? While you let these pages to be crawled by bots, bot should still not index those pages, correct? So that's when we use pagination canonical tag. It's exactly like your canonical tag, but slightly different instructions. What we do is, so look at this, on first page, one tag on the root page pointing to the next page in the series. So on first page we are implementing link rel equal to next, rel equal to, now we are not writing canonical. Instead of writing canonical, we are writing next on the first page, and we are putting the link. So basically this is telling that there is one child going to get originated here, which is original, which is duplicate. Every page stands equal importance, correct? In pagination there is no parent and child. All stands equal importance, correct? Are you all following me, online joinees? Everybody, are you all following me?
But this is generally done by the developers only.
Developers, but as a digital marketer, you have to know and you have to suggest them implementing this. Correct? Food is prepared at home by you only, but your son says, Mama, I am feeling hungry, go and prepare it. Correct? Correct? Same way, developers would implement it, but as digital marketers has to tell to them. Developers will not implement these things until unless they are mentioned, because that doesn't come in their list. For them, development is all about functionality, what people see is there or not. But they don't care about search engines. They're not doing it all for search engines. But currently, developers are considering all of this. It's not considered, it's expected them to implement. Right? Two tags on page 2. So one is pointing to previous. See, on page 2, we are putting this tag link rel equal to previous and it's pointing to page 1, and one more tag link rel equal to next and it's pointing to page 3.
But these now WordPress and all we do this. Now all these things.
So you mean to say the 1 is the first priority, 3 is second priority?
Didn't get to your question.
No, the page 1 to, so this mean it comes on the serial basis, or how it is the high priority?
So now let's say this is first page, right? This
Yeah.
is the original page, right? On this page, you will be putting this tag. link rel equal to next href equal to flipkart.com/page2. Okay.
Okay.
And now on this page, page 2, on this page, where is that? On this page, you will be adding link rel equal to one previous and one next. Correct? Previous is page 1. Correct? For page 2, previous is page 1 and next is page 3. Correct?
Yeah.
Clear? This way it continues. Now on third page, you will put link rel equal to previous is 2
So you
and next is 4.
you mean to say the first page high priority will be 1, then comes 3.
No, there is no priority
After
here.
putting the tag.
No, there is no
so the
priority here. It
priority
is
wise.
just telling previous and next. So I am similar to, see now number 3 comes, number 2, see 1, 2, 3 numbers are there. Which will come in between?
Yeah.
Of these 3 numbers, which will come in between? 2, right?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 2.
2 comes in between. On 2 we are telling that, so previous one to me is 1 and next to me is 3.
Yeah.
So here we are telling the same, if you are adding tag on the page 1, we are telling next 2 is going to come. So rel equal to next href equal to page 2. And if you are adding a tag on page 2, we are telling that before me there is one page, that is previous to me is page 1 and after me is page 3.
It's page 3.
Correct? On page 2, number 2
correct.
says before me 1 will come and after me page 3 will come. And page 3 says before me page 2 will come, after me page 4 will come. Correct? What does the 100 page will tell? 100 page will simply tell before me 99 will come. There is no next. Correct? Exactly the same you are implementing it here. But thing is rel equal to link, you are writing link rel equal to next href and the URL. Who comes before that URL? You are pointing that URL. It's so easy to understand, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Clear? This is called as pagination canonical. And now if you are adding a canonical, single liner canonical.
1, 2, 3, 4 is that page because of that
Yes.
pagination canonical.
Yes. That pagination, Google will not implement it. This is for our websites.
No, but sorry, Flipkart Amazon 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. That is called as pagination. And yeah, please go ahead.
One more thing is, now we have shown that sections, right? There are so many multiple sellers. Why that seller is first and why the second seller is second? Is there also SEO?
Yes, there is SEO.
Again in the
Flipkart and Amazon are like another Google. Their algorithms will work different, but everybody, there is also SEO. Amazon SEO is there, Flipkart SEO is there, Marketplace SEO. It's called as e-commerce SEO or Marketplace SEO. Again, there are ads. You must have been sponsored, right? When you search on Amazon, you must have been sponsored. There also there are ads. There are also ads. We run the ads. We'll discuss that as well. Okay, clear, right? Self-canonical is, see, canonical tag is no rocket science. It's not a code. Simply a one line. It's its own language, hypertext markup language. We are writing less than mark first. At the end, we are writing greater than mark. Less than mark, greater than mark. Your HTML is all about less than mark, greater than mark, and in between you are writing a simple, easily understandable language. That is link rel equal to canonical. And we are pointing href. If we are pointing to any URL, we will always write href. Right? That's normal canonical. Self canonical will point to the same normal canonical. On child URL, we put a canonical tag pointing to the parent. Self canonical is on every page we will put the canonical pointing to the same page. By mistake, if any duplicate is getting created, automatically it will hold parent URL. Clear? Right? Okay. So now on your web page, you might have to block some pages indexing. So there is some company's secret file which is put on the website for internal reference, people to share that URL, and you don't want that to be indexed by Google. So in this case, you can instruct to Google, don't index my page on the Google search. Don't show me on Google. Did you all get that? So now see, if you are doing SEO, you have to understand some language which search engines understand. That's all. SEO is all about that. So you don't want a specific page. On your website, there will be your domain.com/passwords is your page. And you want to share this sheet only to your employees within the organization. Correct? If it gets indexed on Google, what will happen? Everybody will see. Correct? I don't want Google to index them. In those cases, we will add rel equal to no follow tag, right? So how does this tag look like? I don't know if it is looking proper to you or not. So meta robots content index comma follow index comma. Yeah, you see here, this is the tag. Do you all see that here? Meta name robots content equal to index comma follow is telling bot, no worries, you can freely index this page. You read the page, you index and show it on the Google. Now if I don't want bot to be indexing this page, I will add instead of index, I will add no index. I'll explain what no index does, what no follow does. No index is no index. No index is do not show it on the Google. No follow is do not crawl any content on the page. Clear? That is no index or no follow. The
So
application is
no follow is to not to view the page, right?
no, not to read anything put on this page.
Not, not to read anything on this
Yes,
page.
yes. Not to read anything.
And one more, it is follow.
Follow, no follow. Follow is bot can freely read anything put on this page. Right?
Okay.
Right, and use cases simply you want to block your passwords page, correct? You can tell bot not to show that on the Google by implementing no index. By default, every page of yours, even if this is not written, even if this does not exist completely, it means your web page is follow comma index only, correct? Explicitly if you want to, and index comma follow is also follow and index only. If you don't want the page to be indexed by bot, then only you will be explicitly adding this tag. Not adding anything is always kept open. Bot can crawl and index. If you want to crawl and index, you will be again writing index. So if you're not writing is also fine. We will write this no index comma no follow explicitly when we don't want bot to be crawling and indexing that page. Clear? Okay. Did you all get that?
Yeah.
So there is something called as content syndication tags. See, these use cases are all very rare for you until unless you are working with some news companies or news websites. Okay. So now all this is whatever